It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom-led pilgrims from Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and end. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin's Wharf, Fenway Park, Ono Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Boom.
Boom, boom. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
How's everybody out there doing?
Some are better than others.
Some better than others, right, Mike? Or some better than others.
What a night, man.
Ouch. Ouch.
What
Ouch.
the comments in X this morning about it's time to make the donuts. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't want to go through it all and talk about what a glazed donut is. If you haven't watched
Well, we
it
ain't
yet,
going there.
yeah, just watch it yourself. All
Hey,
I can say is, thank God the internet was not around when I was younger.
Oh, my word. Oh, forget it.
He's a grown-ass man, right? He's a grown-ass man. The part that bothers me the most is that I hate kids.
I told you. Nobody wanted to believe us.
That rocked me. So we're talking about Turtle Boys pop-up live last night. How he owned Paul O'Keefe last night, folks.
Destroyed the man.
Paul O'Keefe got catfished by somebody and then turned it all over to Turtle Boy.
Ouch. Listen, rule 1, don't. Rule 2, don't. Rule 3, don't. It ain't worth that. Whatever it is on the internet. Whoever that is.
Sorry, yeah, it was my kids. I said I hate kids. No, I hate my kids. It was one of those two. I'm sorry, guys. It's early. I woke up to it. It was like, what?
How do you say that?
How do you come back from that?
How do you say that about kids that have been through such a traumatic experience, dude? That is so lack of empathy for these poor kids who have had their world freaking crushed, not once, but twice, not 3 times, guy. Lost their mother, lost their father, then lost John. And Karen.
Now they're about to go through this whole, like, I don't know what's going to happen. I can only speculate if I was Aaron O'Keefe.
It's not good. It's bad. No.
How pissed off I would be at this moment. She wasn't in court last Tuesday. I don't know if that's just because she had to work or whatever, but even like like Megabeth, the whole Resendiz family, like, where do they stand now that Paul O'Keefe has gone off the rails, so to speak? I mean, he had a plan to go meet this girl, walk 15 minutes, but like he had it all set up. Like he's done this before. Like he's totally done,
he's got no problem.
He's done this before. He is
get away with it, right? Right? Well, it's either incompetence or intentional, right?
Right. He seemed like he knew exactly what to do. Either
incompetence or intentional.
Right. Wow. And not only that, but to have the receipts to back it up.
Oops. That's going to leave a mark.
Joe Flipperhead is absolutely just crushing it this morning. Yeah.
Dude, he does it he's dynamite every day.
Oh yeah. Yesterday the belt to ass thing was fucking great. But I never saw this coming. I gotta be honest. And you know what? He's been hinting at something big is coming. He was just wait.
I don't think this is it. I think this was just to shut Paul up because Paul's yipping yapping in Aiden's ear, and he's gonna shut him. And I think it happened.
What's like literally if you're Paul O'Keefe and you're sitting there now and all this is out there, how do you
Rule 1, don't. Rule
right?
2, don't.
He fucking admitted that he was still drunk on the first day of
On the
testimony.
stand, dude. On the freaking stand.
I
Said he was drinking till 4 o'clock in the morning.
just ask you a question.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Hey, did he drive to court that day?
I don't know,
course
but listen to this. How the hell do you stay up to 4 in the morning just with alcohol? You
Mike.
can't. You can't. There's other stuff going on, man. Because I in the past when I was younger,
All right asleep, right? After the first sip, you're done.
yeah, give me 10 beers and I'm
Yeah. I couldn't finish one because I'd fall asleep.
right. 4 o'clock in the morning, you're up to, buddy. There's something else going on there, you know. Oh no, I'm just saying because I don't know anybody unless you're with a group of guys on a bachelor party or what's going on. You're at the clubs.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Back in those days, there were things that you could supplement.
Yeah. I
But
know friends like that.
That's a lot of supplementing, Mike.
I'd be like, dude, you went to bed at what 5 this morning? What the hell are you doing? Oh, whatever. I go, oh, okay, all right. But to have it out there like that, just be having like he's
Out there, it's friggin' out there, all right.
He hasn't even mentioned this. He never met this girl. He hasn't
All right.
even met this girl. Full blown.
Don't you see a common denominator here, Mike? What is the common denominator? Again, right? Again, what's the common denominator?
So how do you get rid of these people? I don't mean to say it like that, but stress, you know, they go to a stress relief. That's just trigger, you know. So now he's got a previous OUI before his brother passed, which was a problem. Then his brother passes, and now he's just like, whew. And listen, the McCabe's drink like fucking fishes.
They all do.
So he found the circle of love that, you know, you get
right
banged, get banged up last. I mean, they had their after party, not their waiting party at a VFW where there was a bar. I mean, I would go to a church or a
rectory
restaurant
or something. Yeah.
Well, something. I wouldn't go to a VFW hall. That's just me. I'm
Yeah.
not judging.
Yeah, no. And the fact that he thinks Jen McCabe's a nice person, that bothers me.
Oh my God.
She's not a very nice person.
How bad?
She really is not. She really isn't.
How bad does she have the wool pulled over that family? She is like this sitting back on. We got.
And you know what? I don't want to say they deserve it, but at this point,
no one deserves that.
Enough, dude. No.
You know what's cool. Aiden last night was like, you know, hey, this is just, you know, he's like, I don't like Paul. Some of you guys might like Paul a little bit or whatever, but this is just me being pissed off about Paul and having the receipts to fucking prove it.
And Aiden, listen, I'm glad that Aiden did that and said exactly that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because he brought the fake victim to court. He fucking did
intentionally.
Yeah.
Poke. Paul he doesn't like Aiden a lot.
Paul doesn't realize he's brought the killers of his brother to court. I don't see anything good in the future for Paul O'Keefe from this point on. From last night on, I don't see how he gets out of this with his marriage. And if she shows up and sits by his side, God bless her. And he gets to seek it. And he seeks help.
Mike, same people would go and murder a 23-year-old pregnant girl and then go give birth to his kid.
I know. You're right.
Same type of people. And these people sleep at night. You know why? They drink. They drink themselves to oblivion.
All right.
It's horrible.
I can't. There's a different level of fucked up than I can ever imagine, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get there.
I couldn't either, Mike. I can't either. I honestly can't get there.
But I could see psychologically what Paul's needs help and security. He's insecure. He's a narcissist. Obviously, his hatred is misdirected towards somebody else completely.
That guy has trauma.
Yeah,
he definitely has trauma in his life.
He's got something, you know.
Yeah, and I can understand the booze taking that away. I get it.
Yeah. You know,
and I'm not questioning that. It's Are you actually safe, guy? Are you doing this safely? Like,
Right. That's my other point too. Paulie? I know you got connections now with every cop in the fucking world right now that's on your
imagine
side.
that, right?
Now, are you gonna be okay, man? You were driving back from Pennsylvania, talking to the side chick, and like I don't know, who knows,
Did
man?
we even mention that Berkey's kid was with them and coming back from New York in the car? Did we talk about that? Or we just
No,
skip over that, Mike?
well,
Because I think they were all drinking on the way home, weren't they?
oh yeah, oh yeah. They
What's
were
the common denominator yet again?
alcohol.
I got nothing, Mike. That's
Do you know that the top 3 reasons for cancer is obesity, smoking, and then alcohol?
okay. Well, I got 3 out of 3. We're good.
But no, those are the top 3 reasons you could contract cancer. And God, I mean,
Listen,
there's a bartender, Randolph, allegedly that was but Paul got catfished. Like,
I don't think he should be driving if he had an OUI, right? You would think he shouldn't be driving if he's under the influence at all of anything.
I would
mean, you would be.
I would be worrying about my family right now. What's going on with my kids in school? There's a whole different side to it than what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's looking to bury his soul, bury his emotions and feelings into something else, someone else. You know what I mean? And somewhere else. That's what he's trying to do. And it's probably a normal thing to do as an alcoholic. I can't speak for it, but I would imagine if an addict would if you change locations, doesn't mean you're not an addict anymore. Like you're
That's
still
right.
Yeah,
no, that's right.
Right. If you
redo your house, you're still the same person.
Right. If you get another girlfriend, still doesn't make you not an addict anymore. You're still that person. Yep. So it's within yourself. And there's 2 things to this. It's disgusting what he said about his kids. And
that I got nothing. That I Mike, I have no defense on that. I can't even defend. I can't.
No.
How do you say that, dude?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
These kids have been through how much, dude? These kids.
I don't know. I don't know.
They've been through so much. They fought over these kids, guys.
No, he's talking about his kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about.
You think he likes John's kids any better?
No, they're not even there. They're at the grandmother in Win Meadows.
See what I'm saying? Right. He's not that loving, caring, awesome uncle.
So you can see the disconnect between him and John from
there isn't any. He's just out. He's out for friggin' just because his brother got whacked. Got.
That's the only reason why he is who he is, and it didn't make him a stronger person by getting closer with his dad or his mom or the others niece and nephew. He just went the opposite way.
I can't. I can't, Amy. I just don't. I have a headache already.
Well, imagine this. All right, so Tom, this is the internet's forever.
That is
Oh yeah, it's going to cause some serious.
Again, Mike. Right? How do you just go do something and go and do something else and go to sleep that night?
You're sick. You're sick, man. You're sick. You need help.
And there's a whole crew of them. They all work together. They all seem like they come out of Stoughton and Canton.
Just got to go see help, Paul, man. You got to get help, bro. It starts with you, man. Nobody else. You got to look yourself in the mirror, which we saw. He took a picture, a selfie. I said this.
I would tell Paul where he could go get help. I wouldn't go past that.
Right.
I know where he can go. I know how to get in there. That's about the extent of what I would do for Paul.
That's
because he's another one. Because he's like me. He's another one like me.
Well,
so you got to do something about it. That's his problem here.
You go to these places, either you want to be participate or you're a hostage. Like you go in there just to make other people happy that you did it. So
or you're gonna go in there and do it for yourself and fix yourself and be done with this bullshit. Grow up. Time to grow up.
Get your marriage back together. Get your Paul, there's bigger things in life. You gotta prioritize your family first, right? Then you gotta move on with this court trial, but your family's first.
He may find out that he has a lot more in common with his kids than he thinks. He just hasn't probably had the proper opportunity because of the alcohol. You think his kids want to be around him when he's drinking? Oh no, we don't want that. Amy, they're too early for you.
He just lost like all the girls in the world out there are like Team Aaron now. Like,
Yeah,
F this,
that
F this,
she's just as got as much trauma in this whole thing as he does, bud. She's got just as much. Her whole
What is-
world now is upside down. What does she do?
so it's school vacation week. What is she waking up to right now? Like, oh man, I just feel I get my heart goes out to her and the kids but Paul's Paul. I can't change what he did. He's a grown ass man. He did what he did. He did a lot of vile things to Turtle Boy. Bringing the fake victims in, bringing in the Alberts and Colin,
Intentionally.
laughing at Turtle Boy, trying to put him in jail, trying to bullshit. He's a pretty sick fucking person, dude. And Turtle Boy, when all right, let me tell you this.
He's messing with the wrong person.
This is a favorite flip saying: if you come for the king, you better not miss.
Yeah.
And Paul, you missed, man. And
it goes back to that whole thing. Don't poke the turtle, right?
don't poke it, man.
He's
Don't,
dude. Poke, and them fucking things snap.
and he poked Turtle like when Turtle was down, man. Like he just got out of jail, and
He's Shelby and Swamp People. That dude jumps in, comes out with like a friggin' 17, 20-pound friggin' snapping turtle. Like Shelby down in like the down south, like the crocodile people and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
People are yelling at Turtle Boy from that family. You look better in orange and shit. Like what the fuck are you doing? And his Aiden and Doctor are just taking it all in. Like, okay, I'm mature enough to handle this and not lose my shit, right? And trust me, he said he owns that part with the fake victim. He owns it. He changed though. He's been good for a long time.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but that picture of him in the mirror.
Oh.
Listen, I kind of judge myself against that. That dude's he's got to lose some body fat, that guy. He's got to lose a little bit of body fat. He's got to do it. He's got to do it. He doesn't look good that way.
One of the girls saying that in the chat that's seen the video, seen the selfie of, he said some pretty shit. Glazed donut. That's why I have it up there. If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about later. I don't mean to be disgusting, but I just thought it was funny. I've never heard of that term before. That's new to me. Like,
I don't even think I have a picture like that.
I don't
know.
I'm like, what? So what's going to be the glazed donut? That I started going, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he was touching his chin for his girl.
Yeah,
right?
the signs.
Yeah.
I don't, and this is the stuff that's really, a distractor. We should be talking about what's going to happen next Tuesday with all the filings and stuff. But it's like hot off the presses, and people want to talk about it. And
what, Mike? It's Friday.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
And we're getting a bunch of that stuff. So we got that thrown at us before Friday. So what's going to come? What do you think is coming down the pipe today?
I think there's more filings due today. Yeah, the 21st, right? Today's the 21st. There's more filings due today.
Oh, I got something here. What is it?
But everybody's talking about Acker and AJ, and
yes,
I can tell. And the court offices. Tommy, we mentioned court offices yesterday in our show. We don't have any pictures of court offices going into the Moakley building.
That was during they stopped the trial early one day, like half a day, and all the court officers left, and they all went to the Moakley building. I think
another guy from Florida brought it up and said it happened. Now we're going back months ago.
We watched. Yeah, it was in the summertime. We watched them all leave and walk out of the. It was like after court.
There was no receipt, so to speak, of a picture or a comment.
We didn't know what it was at the time.
But it was kind of a speculation from the shot of the Gulf. I could be wrong. He could be right. I don't know what happened because we've had nothing.
That's who said it. That's who said it. That's who said it. Yeah,
right. I remember it because I have it locked in. But
yep.
But
that's right.
He might be right. They could have known back then when she was on vacation. I don't know. But it was it wasn't during trial. It was after trial, I believe. So
no, we were there, dude.
All right.
It was during the trial. And we just didn't know what it was for.
So people are saying the guy with the pins, an FBI guy. I'm told by T Wade on X that he's the head of the clerks there.
Okay.
He's also Bev's driver. Now again, this is one person's opinion, not mine. Someone else
Right.
wrote it. And
Right.
it could make sense, right? People are trying to match up pins from a horrible picture. I don't know. But clearly Bev was shaken by something. Other than
Right.
Hank Brennan lying to her. It was
Yes.
because she's been lied to for 2 years by the Commonwealth. She's been lied to, and she just goes along like, oh, no big deal. But
Doesn't care.
Something else happened where it shook her to the core. So someone wrote since she took the second trial, it didn't come out of the rotation, her immunity is now gone. So whatever she does illegally, if it's illegal, she can be held responsible for.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, right? Is any of this normal, Mike? No, really. Is any of this normal? Does this happen?
If I was John O'Keefe right now and he's looking down at us right now, he'd say to us, "It's just all a movie."
He's just a dude that works there. People. He's not the guy in the back. Isn't anybody special?
Yeah,
He's just a guy doing his job, and he had free time and he walked in. That's all.
He drives Beverly, from what I understand.
Okay.
T Wade saw him at CBS one time together, and they were cordial and what's up?
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. But my point being is that John's looking down right now, going, "It's
Focus.
only a movie. It's only a movie, people. It's only a
Focus.
movie."
He's telling us. I'm telling you, he's telling us to focus.
Right. And hey, good pickup, good eyes. Hey, it was something to think about, right? Why were they there? And other people are posting, well, the court officers were holding a piece of paper. It could have been just a schedule, who's in what court, what was going on. Trust me, they have all the court officers want to see what's going on with this thing. They want to be down,
yeah, no, they want front row,
right?
Absolutely.
But they have another courtroom going on too. They have to swing back and forth and go to.
And you don't listen. You don't think they got a heads up that she's a little shaken? We'll say, not stirred.
Well,
everybody knew she was
she was
rocking.
Michael
absolutely doing it.
Just the way they focused, and she couldn't even touch her glasses. She was just like to get that nervous or whatever was going on. There's something happened, and I don't think it was age. What did AJ do? He didn't do anything. Hank lied.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Hank's the one that said, "Oh, it came from."
He did. No, he did. He absolutely did.
And then he made sure before she broke for the rest of the day that I might have made a mistake. It came from the defense to the Commonwealth. So I mean, that's again, just look the other way. Another distraction. Then she blows up, can't keep her composure, and move on. Like this is what I'm talking about. She should be able, as a judge, as a sitting judge, she should be able to handle this shit. But what was it though, dude? What was it?
Yeah, well, exactly right.
Right, and then so as Karen's coming down the stairs, walking down the sidewalk, the Herald releases that there's a habeas corpus filed in federal court on March 5th to be heard.
Oof.
So did she get 15 minutes before that, get a heads up on an email from somebody? Hey, this is going to hit the press. This is coming out.
They have to.
So Marty Weinberg filed it. So I don't know. Yeah, right. So they must have a system where they can look at anything being filed anywhere. Did someone give her? She has an iPad right there. Did she get an email from somebody from Cheesy Banana?
Well, there you go. Right.
And then on top of that, we have the meltdown of the Paul O'Keefe. I mean,
well, we knew he's just a small piece of that, right? There's so much more, Mike. There's too much more. That's the problem that we seem to have.
You don't see Karen. The girl on trial for her life doing anything like this. Nothing like this. You know why? She's a beast.
Okay, listen. I want to play this. All right. Get your coffees full. You need to hear this.
Let's go.
Okay. This is from Aussie Insider. You know Aussie?
I do.
Okay. This is what. This is again, we're losing it. focus, right? Just listen to what David Yannetti says.
We all found out during this particular hearing that she does know even more than that.
What Mr. Lally now has in his possession, but he didn't mention, now that he says, oh, well, she killed him. Let's just get on with it. She killed him. He's already tried and convicted her in his mind and tried to do it in this courtroom. Doesn't quite work that way. Now Mr. Lally has in his possession another thing from the feds that we didn't have access to. The federal investigators hired, independent of us, we had no idea, and independent of the Commonwealth, hired a professional reconstructionist, 3 PhDs, to look into exactly this issue. Did Karen Reed's car, did her SUV make contact with John O'Keefe? And their conclusion to a person was his injuries were inconsistent with the damage on the car. The damage on the car was inconsistent with having made contact with John O'Keefe's body.
Why are we go any further than that, Mike?
You and I stop there, but the fucking jury, dude. The jury.
This was proven by federal government.
Right. But they couldn't mention
why are we here?
Because the gatekeeper, aka Beveridge, was saying you can't mention the word federal investigation.
Okay, don't. This company, XYZ, 3 PhD, they said it didn't happen.
Right.
It didn't happen.
Don't forget, Lally had the opportunity to use them as a witness as well and refused to, and threw Trooper Paul up there.
There you go.
So yeah.
This is Alan Jackson, right? David Yannetti hasn't begun to speak. I mean, when he says what he says, you'll know what I'm talking about. But she's trying to not allow that evidence that proved just that.
Mm-hmm.
So here you go.
In other words, the car didn't hit him and he wasn't hit by the car. Period. Full stop. That's their independent expert, not ours, not somebody on our payroll like Mr. Whiffen or one of their experts or Trooper Guarino, who's an arm of the agency. This is an independent federal government witness or series of witnesses who say unequivocally, that car did not hit John O'Keefe, and John O'Keefe was not hit by that car. But he didn't mention that.
We believe our witnesses. They are telling the truth. Karen Reed is guilty. Any suggestion to the contrary is a desperate attempt to reassign guilt. Can you imagine a district attorney with a sworn duty to do justice and respect the presumption of innocence issuing such a statement in a pending case?
Wow.
Before August 25th of 2023, I could not. Yet that was the message of Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey to potential jurors in this case on that date. I've been practicing criminal law as both a prosecutor and a defense attorney for over 30 years now. Never have I seen such unethical conduct from a prosecutor. I know of at least one law professor who used Mr. Morrissey's statement in his class to teach his law students how a prosecutor should not act. Another member of the bar has already reported Mr. Morrissey's conduct to the BBO. And now we are here with a motion to disqualify Mr. Morrissey from further prosecuting this case because he has a personal interest in the outcome. Your Honor, this court should grant our motion to disqualify. And at the outset, I note that we've also moved for sanctions, dismissal of these indictments as a result of his misconduct. But we have so many additional grounds for dismissal as a result of the material provided to both sides by the federal authorities that we will be filing a further motion to dismiss for extraordinary governmental misconduct. My co-counsel has spoken to that previously. To the extent that the court entertains our motion for sanctions, specifically dismissal, as a result of his egregious...
Can I just interrupt there and ask you, are these going to be the same motion essentially?
No.
Auntie Bev has to stop.
Right? Because she knows there's no repercussions to whatever she does right now because it's trial one.
She can. She can do whatever she wants.
But now that she's come out and taken over for trial 2 out of the rotation, now she's subject to all her imperfections during the next trial.
She owns all of it, right?
Whatever she objects to, sanctions, whatever she does, it's going to be under the eye of an auditor.
But what? But he keeps going, right?
Oh yeah.
This is when he talks about the letters, Mike.
Yep.
And this is more about the DA than anything.
Information and evidence that's been provided by the federal authorities, which deals with the egregious conduct of both the district attorney and his investigators and the police. That will be the subject of a separate motion, Your Honor.
So I thought that was going to be your supplemental memo to this motion. It sounds like it's the same issue, Mr.
No,
Kennedy.
it's not. And what I'm saying to the court is I have limited time.
When I interrupt you, I stop the time.
Well, I appreciate that, but even with that, Your Honor, the focus of my argument is going to be on the disqualification as opposed to the dismissal. I've submitted papers on the dismissal. I will rest on those papers with regard to that issue. That's my
Disqualification, right?
And she's not even taking it seriously. Like, she's not like, I need to know more. Like, can you tell? She knows exactly what's going on. And someone's telling me that she was like responsible for her motions and everything in trial 1.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with that. I think she had immunity for every sitting judge in a trial has immunity. They're not going to be brought up on the charges unless they obviously find something connecting the dots. But
there you go. Like
right.
Everybody has immunity. Police officers, firefighters have immunity, right?
Right.
The general public has immunity. Like if you see a car accident and you go over and try and help somebody, Good Samaritan law allows you to help that person without getting sued. You're trying to help the person, right?
Right. But what I read this morning is that since she came out of the rotation to take the second trial, it changes everything for her. Now, again, I'm not a law tutor. I'm just telling you what I read.
Well, it's her trial. It's her baby. She ain't letting this one go.
Right.
She's running this to the end.
But Chestnut, she took that all the way to the end.
Yep.
But they didn't have the federal government overlooking her shoulder.
They do now. Oh, they should be now.
Right.
Right there. Judicial immunity does not cover administrative acts, only judicial acts. So there you go.
Thank you, Clerk Jim Clown. Yeah.
Thank you very much. There we go. Now we know.
I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you, guys.
But let's watch David go to town because he's dropping bombs here, dude. Listen.
my only point.
All right. So when you file the other motion, I need you to include in your memo how that's different specifically from this.
Understood.
Not just the remedy, but how the basis of it is different.
Understood.
All right. So I'm going to start you again from scratch. Go right ahead.
I appreciate it. Well, Your Honor, this case admittedly has been an unusual one for a district attorney to deal with. The district attorney's office is not accustomed to a criminal defendant fighting back in the way we have prior to trial. What usually happens when the prosecution brings charges is they detail the allegations at an arraignment in court, and as a result, their narrative and theory of the case becomes widely reported, while the defendant and the defense team remain relatively quiet. After arraignment, moreover, the media typically lose interest and wait until a trial or potential resolution of the case before they start reporting on the case again. And in this way, the district attorney's office is quite accustomed to always controlling the narrative in pending cases, at least until the defense makes an opening statement at trial. And as long as the prosecution gets to control the narrative in the press, they have no problem with what's being reported. But of course, this case has been different. Their control of the narrative did not last very long here. In our view, it became clear very early on in this case that their narrative was wrong. Their theory of the case was wrong. Their allegations did not fit with the evidence that we fought so hard and for so long to get access to over 2 long years. So along the way, we spoke out about our findings of exculpatory evidence, mostly within this courtroom, but occasionally outside. The DA was not used to that and apparently didn't like it because they initially sought the extraordinary remedy from this court of trying to gag the defense from exercising our First Amendment rights to discuss a client who at all times is presumed to be innocent. And as you know, they filed that motion on June 9th of 2023, and it didn't work. The court denied the motion, specifically ruling that any statements attributed to counsel could generally be characterized as responses to the accusations against Ms. Reed and are therefore permitted under the rules. When you made that ruling, though, Your Honor, you admonished both sides that commenting on the credibility of witnesses would have a prejudicial effect on the proceeding. And at that point, we largely stopped making extrajudicial statements. By contrast, Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey, only 25 days after that court's ruling, instead decided to blatantly ignore this court's admonishment. DA Morrissey went off the rails, gave an unprecedented video statement to the media where he specifically vouched for the credibility of Commonwealth witnesses in violation of the rules of professional responsibility, in violation of this court's order.
Boom. Mike, I told you, right? This is about the DA.
You're
He's
right, dude.
even got a fake email address. Would you believe that?
Cheesy banana. Oh my God.
There's Aussie right there. She put it together right
Yeah,
there.
right. Thank you, Ozzy.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant.
Keep going, girl. Keep going,
Yep.
man. Those are gems.
And Mike, that all makes sense. This is against Morrissey. And Bev's in the middle of it, dude. She's got no control. Think about it.
She lost it, dude. I just want to know.
Because she's part of it.
Right. I understand that.
You're telling me she doesn't get an email from him from that fake account?
And what you talking about last week? Why? I want to know why she was shaking. I want to know what.
I think she got busted. I think they all got busted.
All right, that makes sense. I mean, something makes sense, but just we don't know yet what that might be. We're gonna find out Tuesday. And what was this notice to appear that came out yesterday?
Yeah, I have that.
I don't know what happened with that.
That was weird.
And allegedly, one emailing other judges that is something that was released. Did she get one right? I don't know. So yeah. So what was the notice to appear? I was thinking Turtle Boy.
Right here.
Yeah.
Let me share it. No, I have it. Right here. Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. Notice to appear for continued hearing on February 25th, 2025 at 11 a.m. The court will reconvene the hearing that began on February 18th. Counsel should be prepared to address issues related to defendant's recent production pursuant to Rule 14, especially as the materials produced relate to prior representations made to the court on the record by defense counsel concerning the ARCA witnesses. Plural.
Okay. I know what it is. I know.
In addition, because the Commonwealth referenced the transcript in the hearing on June 10th, which is what we're listening to. At the hearing, February 18th, Commonwealth provided a copy of that transcript of the defense in the court by close of business on February 21st. So she wants
which is
what
today.
we're just listening to. She wants that transcribed.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's due today. And what they're basically saying is because there's nothing on the docket for the 25th, she's making sure for the notice of appearances for everybody in council. Okay. That makes sense to me now. So no ACRA people. It's just the whole. I don't know what that means.
She's down under. She's
12
hours ahead.
I guess what I'm saying is that there's nothing on the docket.
Yeah. No, Scott. Scott's been right from day one. Day zero, when it all started. Scott knew right away what happened. Boom, boom, boom. Scott was able to put together. Yep. All the way down the line.
He connected the dots right away.
Right away. He's seen it all.
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Every standout, every time we have him on. Remember, we used to have one. He would scream.
Oh yeah, Meatball. Yep.
Meatball's Gestapo, and He do, man.
That's what they are. It's
Tom, check your messages.
yeah. Thank you, my dear.
All right.
All right.
Fucking A, man. So that notice was just for appearance for everybody to be back in court on Tuesday is going to be fire, dude, at 11 o'clock. But so the response to a lot of these things, like, you know, the accusations of misrepresentation of those emails will be filed by the defense today in regards to what happened. So we should get a file of the motion, you know, transcribed saying, no, that's from last year. ADA McLaughlin is the one that gave it to Brennan after he fucked up and he said it was a federal piece of paper that came from the feds to the TUI, but it was actually McLaughlin had given it to him. And then why wasn't there?
But wait a minute. Listen, you know what he's going for? I know why. Because they just got it now. They didn't get it before.
Get what before?
The invoice.
Oh.
The first time they're seeing it now. It wasn't submitted prior. Can't do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what's his name, nitpicking everything. Because he just got this. He didn't have it. It wasn't Lally never got it. Now they have it. You held it from us.
Oh, you're saying that Lally never had it?
That's what they're saying.
I don't.
They just got it. He's saying, listen to what he said. He's just splitting words, Mike. He's saying that the defense, not the FBI, the defense just gave this to us. They just produced documents, and they weren't dated. But it doesn't matter. They didn't have it last time.
Well, because it wasn't. It was just a bill for housing. Do you really need that? Habeas petition. She's screwed. Tommy, it's way deeper for Bev if defense gets habeas petition through. Yeah,
it is, no doubt.
But here's my thing, Tommy. I think we're just missing a little bit here. So ADA McLaughlin had that paper the whole time. She just never gave it to Hank. So if the defense had given it,
that's a problem,
right? That's an internal problem with them, not us, not the defense. And you can see because he first is saying it's a federal piece of paper of a bill or a bill for payment of services, which it wasn't. ADA McLaughlin had it saying it was just lodging and never came up in trial because it was just a bill for lodging. We were being reciprocal the whole way. Now she hands it to Hank, or Hank took it from her and said, I'm going to use this and fuck with the court. That's how I feel. That's what I feel. And then he corrected himself once he saw Bev go into fucking shock. Because she was taken back by, because she probably knew it was a lie. And, you know, she probably knew it was a lie. Like, that's not right. You know, what are we doing here? So that's what I think. I don't know. Am I right, people? I don't know. Yeah, he didn't make. He used it on purpose because he said, I called my friend and I went through the 2-week process, which is a dark road sometimes, but I was able to get this, and he pulled it out right. There was no date on it, but he had mentioned previously before he started that he had received it from his ADA McLaughlin.
Well,
am I right? Am I right, Amanda? I thought. All right.
Again, right? If this is the first time that Hank is seeing this, he can only say that they never presented this prior.
But the prosecution had trial one the whole time.
Well, we know that because nothing's dated. We don't have that.
That's right. That's his angle.
So I can't find the video for Aussie. I refreshed. It won't come up. Maybe it's like a internet pipe thing that's not letting me through.
Oh.
I
don't know, man. I'm confused. I'm not the smartest fucking bulb in the fucking light socket, but I just try to put 2 and 2 together here and just say, why would he say ADA McLaughlin just gave this to me? I mean, it could have been this morning or whatever. But
it come with a document dump. They remember the trial?
Yeah, but yeah.
They do document dumps, and part of that was the invoice from them.
Let's be reciprocal here.
Listen, time out. Everyone, just a heads up. YouTube's freaking acting weird lately. Just so everybody knows. I had one of my mods who's a mod for another channel. she was like blocked in the other channel.
Okay.
What happens, I think, is when you switch from channel to channel to channel to channel to channel to channel, sometimes you have to restart your phone to clear the cache of YouTube. So,
I don't.
you know,
Yeah. We got
I haven't blocked anybody.
Yeah, we get a
So-
message from one of our good viewers, and it wasn't right. We apologize. I'm not going to mention his name, but you know who you are.
Yeah,
So we don't know what happened. and,
we didn't
you know,
block anybody.
yeah,
So
we try not to unless you
no,
know,
unless
Uh,
you got to
I
do
think-
something really bad to get bounced. And if
Hey.
that's the case, everyone will know. And I don't know. That's not
Ossie's saying to check your ex.
got it right here.
Okay, cool. So I just yeah, someone saying hey, they still can't do donuts to you for Tommy for 2 days. Joey Kane, there he is, Lumpy. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do
So,
it's not on my end. I don't think it is because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not anywhere in my ban list. They looked. I had two different girls look.
I think Tommy hit the $1 million mark, and they're pretty upset at YouTube.
Yeah, that's what it is. The million quarter of a penny mark.
Yeah, we appreciate all the contributions. Trust me.
Really,
So,
we do.
yeah, Tom's not going to Aruba anytime soon that I know of, anyways. Unless he's got another income for his stream source there, but we never know, Tom. You could be on a fucking movie. Who knows, buddy? Who knows the way you go.
Listen, Mike, I've woken up in another state more than once.
Oh.
Stuff happens. I can't explain it. It just does. Just like Trooper Ball, it just does.
Right. So good
Look
argument.
and Aussie had the same issue, right?
Okay. Oh, okay.
So yeah,
right.
sometimes stuff happens on the back end of YouTube.
YouTube fix it by tagging them on X.
So
Oh,
even
I-
she had an issue with
How
YouTube.
is X?
It happens, dude. It's just an authentication problem. It happens.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Monk's on the side. Plausible deniability by Hank. He's a motherfucker, dude. His fucking deviating septum is killing me. The way he talks, he's killing the Boston accent.
Well, now, and
Yeah,
you know, dude,
Like, I could not.
listen,
if
we
he
gotta
talks-
get him a jacket. We gotta
he
go to
talk-
Burlington or something and buy that boy a jacket.
Imagine you holding one up, Tom, as he's walking in one morning and say, "This is from all of us outside." We
Give him like a Tom Brady jacket right over his shoulders. He can be like a big dude with all the trophies underneath as he's walking with his briefcase.
Oh, this weekend is going to be so much fun with all the news dumped last night.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of things due today on the 21st. Filing of the defendant's motion to dismiss is coming out today.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, this is fucking. I never saw by Friday going this sideways with glazed donuts and shit. I swear to God. And I didn't even know what a glazed donut was until I figured it out myself this morning. Like,
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry, people. Wow.
All right. So let's do a little bit on this one.
Yeah, Ashley, I agree with that. Sorry. Good.
This is worth it.
All right.
Here we go.
The data don't lie, people do.
Judge Beverly J. Cannoni served as the Regional Administrative Justice for Norfolk County until October 2024. Superior Court justices in Massachusetts typically rotate out of their leadership roles after 3 years.
Okay.
So if she was cycled out in October 2024, but elected to continue in a special capacity, let's say, in order to see this case through to the end, does she still enjoy immunity for any of her own actions in court that normal judges enjoy? We're talking about judicial immunity. Judge Beverly Cannoni would still enjoy judicial immunity for her actions in court, but with important limitations, especially if she knowingly violated due process or acted outside of her judicial authority. Standard judicial immunity, or absolute immunity, generally shields judges from civil liability for decisions made in their judicial capacity, even if they're wrong, biased, or unfair. This falls under case law Stump versus Sparkman of 1978.
Nice.
Judges do not lose immunity just because their term in a specific administrative role ends, as long as they continue to act within the scope of their judicial authority. Limits to that judicial immunity might include if she acted in clear absence of jurisdiction. So if she continued overseeing a case in an administrative or judicial role beyond her lawful authority, she could lose immunity. Or if her special capacity continuation was not properly authorised. In that case, any actions taken after her term officially ended could be deemed extrajudicial acts which are not protected. In Maestri versus Jatovsky in 1988, the court ruled that if a judge acts in a case where they no longer have jurisdiction, they can be held accountable. I don't think that that's applicable. I think that that limitation is not applicable to her.
Right.
But if her conduct violates due process or constitutes judicial misconduct, then maybe she won't be immune anymore.
Due process.
So if Judge Cannoni deliberately ignored constitutional rights, i.e. by suppressing a jury's partial acquittal, for example,
Marty
it
Weinberg.
could trigger a federal intervention under Capitan versus A.T. Massey of 2009. Judicial immunity does not apply to cases where a judge's conduct is so egregious that it violates a party's fundamental rights. Case law for that is Dennis versus Sparks, 1980. If she deliberately refused to poll the jury, knowing it would expose a flawed conviction, she could face disciplinary review, even if she remains immune from civil lawsuits. If she engaged in non-judicial acts, like, for example, coordinating with the prosecution, she might lose any immunity,
Jeez.
like improperly collaborating with prosecutors to shape a case. That comes from case law Miles versus Waco in 1991. Suppressing or manipulating evidence. That comes from case law Forrester versus White in 1988. Engaging in personal retaliatory conduct against the defense. Wonder
Yeah.
about that one.
She's got that nailed.
If her role extended beyond merely presiding over the case
Fanning.
and into prosecutorial or administrative misconduct, she
Fanning.
could lose immunity. So just to summarise, while Auntie Bev likely retains judicial immunity for decisions made in her judicial capacity, even though she's been rotated out, she could lose immunity if she acted outside a lawful authority, violated constitutional rights, or engaged in misconduct.
With that said, Mike, who have they taken and thrown in a closet for so long?
What do you mean? Who have they taken and thrown in a closet?
Who's been in a closet busting his balls every day? But he wrote 700 pages.
Oh, Marty Weinberg.
First Amendment type of guy, isn't he?
Huge.
Right.
Very, very.
He files that, and now that removes her judicial immunity.
Right. That's what I think happened. That's why she was like this. Because
Rude.
I'm going to say one word. And
You're rude. Austin put it together.
Someone in the chat just mentioned it too.
That's why she'd be shaking.
Fanning. That was an overreach of her power because a clerk should have been actually. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, because you guys are smart here. Would a clerk typically do that, or why was an MSP lieutenant put in charge? That actually has
who actually is in charge of the notebooks?
Right.
Oh, great.
And is
Oh,
involved in
Fanning.
the case.
Oh my God, we've got Fanning coming up. More.
Because remember in the beginning of this whole investigation, they didn't mention his name. They didn't bring up his name because they had it planned the whole time.
Boom, right?
What a piece of shit.
Here we go, Mikey.
Yep, keep going. Aussie and Sam
Assuming she had proper legal standing to continue overseeing.
It all makes sense, doesn't
If
it?
she knowingly ignored due process to shield the prosecution, this could justify federal intervention. Ethical violation, for example.
By her denying, I messed up. By her denying a motion, that's hurting Karen Reed's First Amendment rights.
Of course.
That's huge.
Assuming she
I keep screwing up. What
are you
happened?
doing? You're gonna fast forward it quite a bit.
Judge's failure to disclose
Who was I for?
administrative misconduct
Keep
There we
going.
go.
Assuming she had proper legal standing to continue overseeing the case, if she knowingly ignored due process to shield the prosecution, this could justify federal intervention. But that's not all.
There have been sort of these unsubstantiated claims in the atmosphere that there might have been some funny business with the jurors who were dismissed.
Right.
Is this
Oh,
a real
look at the
concern
smile.
you have? Is this
Look at the-
something that you
Look at the smile. You see the
are looking
smile on
at,
her
or
face?
have you just dismissed it as
Mike, look
I
at the
totally-
smile, the smirk, the smirk.
She's been
But
waiting for
that's-
this fucking man.
the atmosphere that
Karen's smirk, dude, is priceless. Watch.
there might have been some funny business with the jurors who were dismissed?
Right.
Is this a real concern that you have? Is this something that you are looking at, or have you just dismissed it as rumor?
I'll never just dismiss that as rumor. Something like that is it's
Look at her.
too convenient
She's like,
for the
fucking-
prosecution for us to just dismiss out of hand. Do I have any evidence, specific evidence, that there was jury tampering? I don't have any specific evidence of it.
Yeah,
do I
right,
think that there are
TJ,
questions that should be
right.
asked? Do I think that there are questions that have been raised about the way the jurors were dismissed, and who was dismissed very specifically? There were
Look at her
jurors
smile.
who very, very clearly throughout, it's
Okay.
impossible to sit 8 feet away from 12 or 15 folks and not get an idea, just a chemistry idea of where those jurors are one way or the other based on certain,
Remember
body language,
when Jera wrote what
uh,
was discussing
facial
with
expressions, etc.,
Proctor?
size and huffs and arm folds and leaning forward, leaning back, things of that nature based on certain witnesses. It's interesting that 3 of probably the most stalwart jurors who we believed, and I will go to my grave believing, were very supportive of the defense, ended up cast aside within minutes, not days or hours, within minutes of the jurors deliberating, within minutes of me standing up and giving my final summation. Those 3 jurors were gone. So is that a query? Absolutely. Have I dismissed it? I'll never dismiss it. Is there anything to do about it? Not so sure.
Bookmark that because I'm going to come back to it. If the information that they were dismissed on came from a specific source, then yes, there's plenty they can do about it.
One of the state troopers who was involved with the Norfolk DA's office and on the periphery of the investigation was also responsible for the jury.
Right. He wasn't that far on the periphery of the investigation. He was involved in the investigation. He was a direct supervisor over the individuals that were testifying and over and about whom we had leveled some very, very serious claims and ended up proving those claims during the course of direct and cross-examination, the presentation of our case. That person, that supervisor, we found out well into the trial. As a matter of fact, at the end of the trial, we found out is the very person who was governing the jurors. That's a question that should be raised. That is an issue that should be
Wow.
teased
Governing
out.
the jurors.
Should never, ever happen. That is the very definition of a conflict of interest.
Is that standard in Massachusetts for just the DA's office to assign whoever they want to go be the sort of,
Supervisor
of the jury? Yeah.
Yeah.
Babysitter. Babysitter.
Is it standard in Massachusetts? I hope not. I've never seen that in my life. But if I had a nickel for every time I said I've never seen this in my life as it pertains to the Massachusetts justice system, the criminal justice system, I'd have a lot of nickels. I've never seen that happen. It should never have happened. It's abhorrent to the system of justice in which we work. Those kinds of conflicts of interest they just can't stand. But they did, and we weren't even told about it. I mean, that was one of the most galling parts of that revelation is that wait, this has been happening under our nose the entire trial, and I'm just now finding out about it. We would have made hay about it as soon as we found out, and we did. But it was 10 minutes before I was about to stand up and close the case.
So is it judicial misconduct and procedural irregularity to appoint a state trooper to oversee the jury? The short answer is no. It is not standard procedure for a district attorney's office to send a state trooper of their choice to oversee or govern the jury on behalf of a judge. In fact, this is a serious procedural and ethical violation with potential due process and judicial misconduct implications.
Boom.
The fact that
Banning.
Judge Canoni appointed a trooper who was the direct supervisor of officers under federal investigation and who may himself be a subject of that investigation to oversee the jury and provide information that could have led to the dismissal of 3 jurors suggests an extreme conflict of interest and potential jury tampering. In Massachusetts, jury oversight is strictly regulated to ensure impartiality and independence. The usual court personnel responsible for jury matters includes clerk magistrates, court officers who are sworn employees of the trial court, and the Superior Court judge themselves. This falls under key procedural rules. Massachusetts jury instructions and common practice dictate that the law enforcement officers should not be involved in managing, overseeing, or interacting with jurors unless necessary for security purposes. The judge, not a law enforcement officer, is responsible for making juror-related decisions under Mass Criminal Law, paragraph 20. State troopers have no authority over jury management. This is a judicial function, not a law enforcement duty. Allowing an officer directly connected to a federal investigation to influence the jury is a blatant conflict of interest. If this trooper provided information that led to juror dismissals, that information should have been subject to open court review, not secretive communications with the judge.
Oh my
Judge
God.
Canoni's decision to appoint this particular trooper and
Oh my
perhaps even
God.
rely on his information.
Mike, like,
Oh
just
my
not put
God.
everything together.
Thank you, Aussie. Man.
Court officers, are they not
No.
are they not in trouble now? Hello, their job, their court, dude. Don't tell me your name.
There's no way she just said that a Massachusetts state trooper, especially from that officer, has any right to be involved with the jury. Especially one that might be under internal affairs or federal.
100-1, they pulled the threat. The jurors were threatening or something. Bet me.
They were
Bet
what?
me 100-1. They pulled that. The jurors thought they were threatened or somebody felt uneasy or something. One of them things. 100-1, right?
No, I won't take that bet because Ronnie already admitted that he already felt intimidated when Jen, Brian, and Colin were there. Not so much Colin, but
yeah, the last day he was definitely intimidated.
Yeah, they were.
That's
they were like
crazy. Oh, dude, what's up with that?
Right. But they
I want
to finish this.
Do I dare hit more?
Yeah, I'm blown away.
Oh, the court officers are.
Information to dismiss jurors raises multiple red flags. A. Jury tampering or improper influence. Having a state trooper oversee or govern a jury, especially one connected to the case, violates due process. Period. If the trooper had direct or indirect influence over the jury, this could amount to jury tampering. If he had private communications with jurors or monitored their behaviour in a way that influenced their deliberations, it could invalidate the trial entirely.
Kind of like how he said that juror was seen outside. He was following her, wasn't he, Mike?
It was.
Do I not rewind this 10 seconds and see what she just said? Because they kicked that lady off, remember?
Didn't they ride the bus with her? He rode the bus with them too.
Yes.
Jurors or monitored their behaviour in a way that influenced their deliberations, it could invalidate the trial entirely. Under Remmer versus the United States, 1954, any external influence on jurors, especially from law enforcement, creates a presumption of prejudice. The burden is on the state to prove that no improper influence occurred. If Judge Canoni privately received information from this trooper about the jury, that communication should have been disclosed to the defence.
Yep.
Failure to disclose such communications violates Brady versus Maryland.
Ooh, Brady.
If the defence was never given a chance to challenge or respond to the trooper's claims about the jurors, that's a serious constitutional violation.
Marty Weinberg.
Relevant law is Lelleberg versus Health Services Acquisition Corp. of 1988. A judge's failure to disclose ex parte communications that impact a trial outcome may require reversal. If the trooper himself was under investigation, this means that an individual with a personal stake in the trial's outcome was overseeing juror behaviour.
No.
Judge Canoni relied on this trooper, effectively allowing a law enforcement officer with a vested interest in the case to shape the jury.
Yep.
The relevant law that applies is under Capitan versus A.T. Massey Coal Company of 2009. A judge's failure to recuse due to conflict of interest violates due process. A judge's duty is to ensure neutrality. If she appointed a compromised trooper to oversee the jury, she violated fundamental fairness.
Yep.
So what can they do about it? They can actually incorporate this evidence into the federal habeas petition, highlighting that the judge
Ooh.
knowingly inserted a biased law enforcement officer into the jury process, preventing a fair trial. They can request that the federal court review this as part of the due process violations surrounding jury polling and judicial bias. Judges cannot delegate jury oversight to an outside law enforcement officer without a clear legal basis, which does not exist in this case. To summarise, law enforcement personnel such as state troopers, detectives, or local police officers are not supposed to have any role in overseeing or communicating with jurors. This is to prevent undue influence, intimidation, or bias. The presence of a law enforcement officer in a jury oversight role creates a clear conflict of interest, particularly when officers from the same department testified or were subjects of the investigation.
Dude.
These are drawn from Remmer versus United States, 1954.
Proctor, Buchanan, Tully, they were all on the stand. Fanning works with them. Done.
Addressing outside influence on jurors creates a presumption of prejudice. Turner versus Louisiana of 1965. Law enforcement officers cannot have undue proximity or influence over jurors during a trial. And Holbrook versus Flynn, 1986. A law enforcement presence in a jury oversight role could impact a defendant's right to an impartial jury. So if Judge Canoni personally appointed a state trooper to govern the jury, she bypassed standard court personnel, violated trial procedure and due process. The fact that the trooper was the direct supervisor of officers under federal investigation raises serious ethical and legal concerns.
Yeah.
Was he influencing jurors' perceptions of the case? Did he have private conversations with jurors that affected their views? Did his report to the judge cause the wrongful dismissal of jurors? If this trooper had direct or indirect influence over jurors, the integrity of the entire trial 1.0 is compromised. The defence should argue in their federal habeas petition that the trial was unconstitutional because of improper law enforcement appointment to oversee the jury.
Oh.
And at this point, if they haven't filed a judicial misconduct complaint against Judge Canoni, they're mad. Because if the judge knowingly allowed an improper external influence, this could justify her removal from the case. And if she attempts to justify appointing a state trooper to oversee the jury by citing peaceful protests outside the courthouse, her argument is legally and procedurally flawed for several reasons. She had already issued a buffer zone and had local law enforcement ensuring compliance. If local police were already handling security, there's no valid reason to assign a specific state trooper by request of the DA to oversee or govern the jury. This undercuts any claim that appointing the trooper was necessary for security reasons. That argument would fail because a state trooper overseeing jurors is not a recognised security measure. Jury governance is not a law enforcement function, it's a court function. Court officers are the correct procedure to increase protection of the jury.
Thank you.
Careful monitoring by the judge without inserting an external law enforcement presence. In Turner versus Louisiana, 1965, the US Supreme Court ruled that law enforcement officers should not be placed in a position of direct influence over jurors. The mere presence of a law enforcement officer in a role of authority over a jury creates an impermissible risk of influence. Well, gee, I wonder how the federal court will feel about that once they learn that the
Oh,
actually is concerned with the death
dude.
of a police officer.
oh my God.
The trooper was the direct supervisor of officers under federal investigation, making his presence even more problematic.
This is fucking
Feds
crazy.
are looking at who again?
Bev, Meatball.
They're looking, and she's now part of this. So that's what explains why she was maybe shaking a little bit. Oh my word!
Now it makes sense because I wasn't even. I was trying to think to myself, how could the argument over a bill and a non-date make her shake like that?
Dude, we kept yapping about Fanning. How many times you brought that guy's name up?
We've been talking about Fanning since the summertime, dude. Since
Why
August.
we kept asking, why is he babysitting the jury?
I know. How
many times we asked that?
We thought it was normal procedure, but we obviously were not that smart enough to figure it out.
Well, how would we, right?
And why?
Wow!
I'm trying to figure out why Karen's team didn't understand that as well. Maybe
Maybe
didn't.
no, dude. I think this is part of being in the forest. Aussie's not part of being pushed around by the
Gotcha.
cops and not knowing I know who you are. You know,
Right.
that type of intimidation. She's outside of that. You know, it's not personal as much to her as it is to us. So she sees stuff that we can't see. Thank God. Wow.
Me, man, what the fuck are you doing? This is.
We think it was normal to have this happen, to have him oversee.
Do I think it was normal?
No, but we were conditioned to accept that.
Right.
That's
right.
horrible, dude. That's what we freaking screwed up. We
Right,
didn't
but-
should have said something right then and there.
And he was driving them back on the bus to the secret location.
Every day, babysitting them,
And you know,
reading the juror notes for sure.
So
Boom. Yes, thank you. We know it.
I
Wow, guy.
He got all the plate numbers. He ran all the plates. Probably assigned special investigators to follow him around, see what they're
Yep.
doing for a while. And then when he had the shots to take him out, he could. And Bev just missed
And
a juror.
if those three people were pro Karen Reed, which they are,
yeah.
oh man, that's intentional. What are the odds? The odds are astronomical. You can't have that. That's why
So-
these numbers the way they are. Wow.
Fanning grabbed Bev and said, "This juror's got to go with no proof, no video, no audio, just his word
and-
alone."
So they complicit. Done. Game,
go.
set, match, all done. You just violated Miss Karen Reed's rights.
You did. Oh my God! Then Aussie just said, "Imagine Marty Weinberg saying this in a federal court on the 5th."
Oh.
I said, yeah, that's gonna be lit, dude.
Yeah, I am sure the defense will be watching this. How can they not?
Jesus Christ, Aussie!
Wow.
You're not even from this country. Yeah, Kevin Clapp.
Wow.
If you have not read the Kevin Clapp doc,
Horrible. It's horrible. First off, it's for adults.
Yeah,
It's very adult orientated. It's not proper.
you have Tully involved and Fanny, but it's
They
on
beat
Google.
the smack out of the guy in his car,
If you Google it, it's out there. It's out there. The whole case file's out there.
and they
On Google.
dragged him to the end of the street and left him at right the end of his road.
Stole his
Kind
medication.
of like John. They took everything.
Yeah, Aussie. I was partying in my office chair when I heard. Yeah, very good, man. Yeah,
Wow.
Dunn is done. Dunn. These guys are all bad people, man. All bad people.
What else are we missing that we're conditioned to believe to be okay? A buffer zone? A buffer zone. Do we need a buffer zone? Do you think that anything bad happens in that buffer zone or anything bad happens to Karen Reed? You have Kurt taking Karen's arm to make sure she doesn't fall on the ice, right?
Right. Yeah.
You have the Glera and me walking Mrs. Reed in, right? I mean, we're all conscious of where we're at, right? And
Right.
nothing bad happened. Nothing bad has happened. Nothing bad would happen. Everybody, and you know what? Even the people on the other side, Mike, we
Yeah.
didn't. Nothing bad. Nothing got thrown at them. No one got in their face. It was
No.
peaceful. Go
And-
go over there and hang out. We don't like.
Yeah.
It was none of that, right?
Or come over here and hang out. We didn't give a fuck.
No, we don't. We really don't.
except for that one dude that tried to act like a tough guy. That was the only day that his wife grabbed him. They were all there in the blue shirts. Other than that, there has not been one
No,
thing but hugs and loves the whole time, baby.
the whole freaking time in the buffer zone, and every person that was there, God love you. You have the biggest heart. Thank you for sticking up and standing up for Karen. How are they? They're violating our rights. Actually, right, by giving us a buffer zone and keeping us corralled. There's no Mike. There is no reason for it. She can't justify it. Is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
There's no violence to justify it.
Right. Yep. I mean, if anybody influenced the jurors, it was Fanning.
Oh,
And we didn't because we were cheering. Or they couldn't hear us or whatever. This is such crazy shit, dude. Holy shit! People ask you what's going on with the Fanning case. I mean, the Clapp case. I tell you, Truth and Transparency on YouTube did a 2-day interview with this guy, Mr. Clapp. He likes to talk.
Horrible. They go deep and they go raw and they go all in.
So I'm not going to tell you
suitable for kids.
I'm not going to tell you on this platform, but let's just say John likes the same sex.
Yeah.
All right. And something did happen in Florida.
They put a gun to this guy's head.
All right. Some
that
shit
blows my mind.
And Mr. Clapp openly talks about it. What's going on in court is that it's pretty much it's a civil trial. I don't know where it stands. I know they had to redo something on the last day that it was going to be thrown out. There's all kinds of stuff on it. Tom and I first broke this back in August about Fanning himself being with a transgender person in Florida and what happened with it. And this person wanted to file suits against Fanning, and has the resources to do so. But there's
Wait a minute, they didn't hear about Fanning down there.
Who did?
Yeah, so this guy never heard about Fanning. Fanning,
Google it, man.
Yeah, he
If you want to read
he shouldn't be a police officer, let alone state police officer. No way.
So his family's connected. Fanning could drive to Governor
Charlie Baker's
house on demand anytime he wanted. That's how close he was with Charlie Baker.
And Fanning also, right?
Yes.
Fanning and they both were close with Charlie Baker.
Yeah, Clapp was like a big uncle or a stepfather for Fanning because Fanning's father died young. Mrs. Fanning and Mr. Clapp are good friends, so they travel together. You gotta listen to the whole story. It's crazy, dude.
Amazing, yeah.
What they did to his mother at the nursing home.
They killed her. They killed this guy's mother. Supposedly, they murdered this guy's mother in the nursing home
in Westwood.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you read it for the weekend because I mean we can spend the whole show.
He claims that they murdered his mother. That's huge. He's a state trooper.
And Tully
they took their batons out and they beat this guy senseless in his car, so he couldn't. They broke his leg.
Clapp, they broke.
Yeah, they broke Clapp's, busted his body up pretty good. Then dragged him out of the car and left him at the end of the street, like they did with John.
Yeah, Clapp wouldn't get out of his car because these guys wouldn't show badges when they.
He had no idea who they were. Well, he knew who one was, but he was allowing the other guy to beat him up.
Yep.
Like, hey, let's go beat this guy up, and they did.
Yeah, so that must be why Fanning cleared, and yeah. I'm telling you, Fanning's connected.
Yep.
With Charlie Baker, and now Charlie Baker wants to run again, possibly in Massachusetts.
Nope, not happening.
Yeah, please think about that one real quick, guys.
Yeah, we'll bring this up.
Yeah, when we first started talking about Clapp, and when we first got together, we were like, "You got this bombshell, Tom? You're telling me?" And I'm like, "Oh!" I read it. I was like, I posted it. I got over like 250,000 views.
It blew up.
Blew up, man.
And then then everyone jumped on it, and they did their own deep dive, and it all panned out. Everything was right on the money.
You have the
100%.
You have the whole docket still, Tom.
I do.
But I don't know. I don't know if you want to go. I don't know because again, distractors. All right, we're talking about distractors. There's so much involved with these people.
The same people, Mike.
What the fuck? What the?
It is a violation. 100%. You're absolutely right.
Oh yeah, I just watched.
I wish we could find a decent one because there's a lot of us that got stuck in that buffer zone.
No,
A lot of us.
We hired one. I forget his name. He argued in front of the state SJC.
Yeah, what's his name?
He's a good guy. He was an Repetto, I forget. But I just watched the Gabby.
So good too. He was
watched
great.
The
Raposa. Mark Raposa.
Yes. Yeah.
He was
Raposa.
good. He
Yeah.
was good.
So you talking about buffer zone? I just watched the Gabby Petito.
Maybe we
case,
can talk to Nan about that.
And you want to talk about violations? Gabby Petito's parents, right? Brian, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
They had fucking reporters on his lawn sticking pictures of Gabby Petito in his truck. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there was no buffer zone. They were on the sidewalk.
Mark Randazza.
Yeah.
Freaking Scott McGinnis, right on the money. Smart motherfucker, this guy. Look at the big brain on Scott. Fanning is awful. He's so much so we won't even talk about it.
He's got
Okay, it's we talk about a lot of stuff. This is
four or five kids too.
not good. Not good.
He was a Stoughton police officer that knew Farwell.
And he's the one that investigated the Birchmore case, right?
Oh, did he?
Yes, sir.
See,
Same dude. Funny
Who's
how
got
that
the-
all works out. Comes back to the DA's office. Funny how that works out.
Who's got the red string to connect that to that tack and slide it over
They're
there?
already connected, dude. They're already there.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you're Fanning connected to Farwell as well, and
Oh, yeah.
Fanning is the one that interviewed him. If your desk, you lean. I'm sorry, I'm just one of these guys that moves around a lot. Yeah, but he's one of these guys that I didn't even know if he went to the State Police Academy.
We can't find out.
Yeah,
And here's the thing: if he went to the part-time academy, he could be an auxiliary police officer in the town, then get moved to a reserve officer, then get moved to full-time officer without going to the academy, and then get transferred to the DA's office without the academy. We don't even know if
yeah,
all right, let me turn my mic down. Thank you for saying that.
yeah. That's all right.
Audio. No, mic volume is way up.
Oh,
About a 70.
but
Okay,
yeah.
guys, does that my mic sound better?
Oh yeah, it does actually.
It was at a 70. I'm sorry, it's at a 70 now. I can go up or down.
People got donuts all over X right now.
Oh, is it bad?
Yeah, it's getting. Can you see this?
Listen, Joe, flip ahead. Let's show this, dude. Oh,
All right,
God.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
crazy. When I sent you this morning.
Look at this.
Oh.
Disgraced Massachusetts State Trooper Proctor's intentions were clear from the jump. At 2:30 on January 29th. That's 2:30. Think about this. 2:30. He called Officer Barrows and told him he was coming to Dayton to retrieve a vehicle involved in a homicide. At 3:00, he texted his sister, Canton thing is a homicide.
Yep.
At that point, Proctor had not seen Karen Reed's SUV. No taillight has been found. He hadn't even been to the scene. He talked to Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, and Brian Albert. He had one job and one job only. Put it on the girl. This guy.
Yep.
The bad shoes and the bad pants.
Hey,
Wow.
look at your X messages from me. I sent you a video from Joe about Hank. It was still there. People are telling you to turn your mic up just a little bit more. I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was an accident report, where's the accident report?
Boom. Where is it?
Right. My kid just came home with chocolate covered glazed donuts from the
Oh
club.
my God, no.
I will never eat a glazed donut the same way again, guys. I tell you that right now. I just won't do it. Melissa, yeah. Well, I just sent me a picture. Yeah.
And
Look at Turtle Boy.
What? Show me.
Oh my god! Someone, I'll do it right now. Hold on. Oh my god.
Yeah, Fanning's also the guy that said that
Ah.
that there were no texts. There were only 32,000 texts. That's all, right? Oops.
Oh my god. I'm sending to you. I'm sending to your text message. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my fucking word! This is gonna be a good weekend for fucking jokes.
That's
Just
bad.
this just this just came out right now. Someone put oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, Rafferty made an excellent report, right? I mean, this is. I would rather have a toaster strudel. That's yeah, Kevin. I'd rather have some oatmeal. Fanning is a linchpin in all this, man.
They photoshopped him, Aiden, onto that body.
Can you put it up there or no?
I'm not gonna do that to Aiden. That's not right.
I think he did it. I think that's him, isn't it?
Did he? I don't know. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, because it's different. It's a different bathroom. That's Aiden.
I know. It looks like
All
Aiden
right,
in there. Yeah.
All right. That's
It's
funny
out in
shit,
there,
man.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah,
god. Oh
I
my
know.
god. Look, Mike. Brandy
What?
Churchwell. Oh,
I love her.
her freaking brain is just.
Yeah, she.
Oh,
brings
I
receipts.
love this girl.
Brings receipts.
Mike, check this out.
Yeah.
This is making my head like just blow up here. I spent all day yesterday and today breaking this down for the episode this week, but my inbox notifications are flooded with messages and comments about this. Y'all
calm
calm
down.
down. Look, Brendan went all melodramatic and tried to make a big point about how the defense didn't turn over this info. His exact words: this isn't information provided by the defense in reciprocal discovery. This is information provided by the federal government after numerous requests. TUI requests. In an instance, the best I can to get as much information as I can. He was dead wrong and had to correct himself after the judge's freak out. This
Right.
is information provided to him by the defense in reciprocal discovery. Absolutely is.
Yep.
The ACA report was done by 3 ACA experts who did their testing and came to the conclusion that the car damage, John injuries don't add up. Dated February 12th, 2024, before either side even knew ACA was involved. So they did the report and did the conclusion before that we even knew ACA was involved, which is
Right.
true.
Remember
We didn't
when
hear it. We didn't know the FBI did that.
because they wanted to make sure Karen Reed didn't do it. That is why they hired Acker to rule her in or rule her out. And she
No
got
other
ru-
reason.
That's exactly it. But once
Find
they
out.
had the information that she was not responsible for this, because we see this investigation in a different light, Mr. Levy would say.
Yep.
That's when it became discoverable to both parties. Now Lally could have used it and picked it apart if he wanted to, or the defense could have used it. But Bev made sure they didn't tell him where it came from.
All right. Both sides got the same report, same conclusions, and no matter how much some people wish this somehow proved that the defense is responsible for those conclusions, that's not possible. Those conclusions were read in open court before either side or anyone even talked from ACA. Look at the dates of everything below. I even have the sources listed beside it, so check it yourself to make sure it feels better. I'll have clips in the episode this week. Nobody lied about not being paid. The defense hasn't paid ACA, but even if AJ slipped them an envelope full of money under the table, it still couldn't change the specific conclusions that were handed over in February. Award of money in March can't change a report from February. True. Wait to see the dates on the discovery that the defense turned over. A bill for $23,000 to cover expenses or whatever it may be for whatever is discoverable. And guess what? It was turned over by the defense in discovery. This is
Yep.
not shocking.
Right.
The outline that Brennan quoted was also not dated, but it was turned over as part of the discovery for this trial by the defense days before they filed their opposition to the Commonwealth, where they stated that they turned in all their discovery for ACA. Bottom line, ACA report was done before they ever had contact with either side. And
That's right.
that's right. And their conclusions never changed, even after talking to the attorneys.
That's
So
right.
so that's all facts. The info Hank read was turned over by the defense in discovery, and he made the judge think they hid all of that, and he had to
Yes.
get it from the feds.
Yes.
Not true.
He fucking lied, man.
No dates on the testimony outline or the bill, but both were turned over in discovery for this trial by the defense. Boy, kind of like some video, right, Mike? Kind of like video. Both the defense and Dr. Wolf confirmed there have been no payments between them. Drama queen Hank's big screw up is overshadowing the real issues that are happening in this case. Sally Port video doesn't just fall from the sky every 6 months, and information was withheld from the defense. And she's got it.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
She's good, man.
Love
She's-
her.
Yeah,
love,
she's good.
love,
Yeah.
love Brandy.
Yeah, 56,000 views.
Yep. Man.
If you don't follow Brandy on X or on YouTube, please do.
Or Aussie for that matter.
Oh,
Man.
yeah. Austin,
All these
yeah.
people are friggin'
She-
helping us, Mike. And again, see, we're in the forest, right? And,
Yeah.
and there's things that we just can't see.
I
Because
can't get to 10,000 feet. I can't. I'm in the
right,
trees.
we can't see it. We just
Yeah.
can't. But the stuff that we can't see ain't right.
And don't forget, someone just said to me, sent me a DM that Fanning was one of the out of the 4 troopers that were being investigated for the internal affairs.
Yep.
He was cleared the quickest.
Yeah, remember
fir-
that? That
was the
no,
fir-
that
he-
that was about that message that he said he never got it.
Whatever.
Never looked at it.
He said he was on the text chain.
He was on right. He was part of that, but
But
he said
he
he didn't
clear-
open it.
He was on vacation. Remember?
Right. Yeah, they didn't have internet there. He was on Key West.
So how convenient, and just how it all worked, right? So it's crazy how this all works out, and worked out, or if they thought that was going to work out. Oh my God, man! And people talk about the
Definitely
cocktail
not good.
glass, like the cocktail glass thing. The glass on the ground and the glass that was found on the bumper did not match.
No, 2 different pieces of glass. Where'd that come from? Right.
Right. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Now, to get Bev to shake, it was like, it concerned me. I'm like, because it was like focused on the discovery of that piece of paper. But I'm thinking to myself, she's been through so much more that to lock it down and walk out of court today, something happened. Something big happened. And it was probably the habeas by Weinberg getting pushed forward because she knows now. Yeah, she knows now that everything's going to come out. It's going to come out. And if Fanning, who has no judicial right to even be involved with a jury from the Mass State Police, she should have been a court officer, if anything, is fucked. So basically, trial 1 could get thrown out altogether.
But how much?
And the whole thing might get thrown away. And remember Karen last year when she was walking out, she goes, "You think there'll be a trial too?" And she's like, "Yeah, but you won't be able to watch it on TV." That's what she said. I remember her saying those exact words.
Yeah,
walking with you
because at that point it was federal. Federal is there's no video. There's no video allowed in federal court.
She said this last year. Yeah, there might be a trial too, but you're not going to be able to watch it on TV.
Right.
And people were just like this. Okay. Like she's been. This is like a chess game, a long chess game. Kind of a stalemate. Okay, make your move. Gotcha. You make your move. But now we have Tuesday happening, March 5th.
Yep.
You have the Weinberg habeas.
Yep.
You got Paul O'Keefe fucking his life up.
Oh
fucking-
my God! That's
Now-
that's bad. That's
and
hard.
I-
But again, right? Like everything that we've said for the past 2 years is true. It's all
Right.
it's all right in front of us.
If
Again,
you don't think Fanning's a piece of shit, look up the Clapp case.
yeah. Check that out.
CLAPP, Kevin Clapp from Brockton. All right, it's out there. All the docs are out there. I can maybe post something today if people want to see it again. I can throw something out there. I might post a sheet today of the Key West thing, which is pretty disgusting. All right,
It is. It'll make and this is the guy that's in charge of the jury. This
Right.
guy, this is who's in charge of Karen Reed's innocence. He's kicked out jurors. He's the one that told the judge this one's got to go.
Yeah. And then you have Betterow coming on board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how's the Birchmore case? I know how. I know why it should be involved in this case because of the same players. That's interesting move, checkmate kind of thing for me, right?
Parallel track, buddy. Parallel track, right?
One's federal, one's state. State cleared them. Why'd you clear them? There's gross misconduct. Gross misconduct right there. And then you have, this happening with Bev, with the jurors going on. You see the bias in Auntie Bev every single day for the prosecution that she loves.
How can they deny the federal government's data? How does she allow this not to come into court? That was done by the government.
That's a great question. I don't know why Auntie Beveridge would not allow the word federal investigation. This was paid for by the federal government. She would not let that happen. And that's up to her discretion, right? So were those valid decisions now that it's going to go in front of a federal judge? Like, is something that's common? If you were,
none of this is common, Mike. None of this,
if anybody has case law where the federal government's investigations aren't allowed in the state court judicial processes all the time, then I need to see case law. If you have where they allow it all the time and a certain case law, post it. Let me just see it. I got that would give me some sympathy for the devil, because I don't know why she would not let them mention the word federal government investigation or even federal grand jury. It would have to be. Remember, it was the other one that you were involved in,
and they were talking about the investigation,
right?
Were.
Colin, remember you got called to that other meeting, we'll call it, so the jury's like, no, if you're a juror, you don't have the information that you and I have. Like, we know what's going on, allegedly. And you're thinking, what other meeting? That could be anything, but once you start bringing the federal government in, that to me as a juror is a big tell about what's going on. The guilty side is guilty, right?
And again, is that normal? Is that really normal? The federal government come in and what? We're gonna do our own investigation,
right? Because
who asked them to get involved in this case?
Because they investigate the investigation, right?
The investigators of the Norfolk County District Attorney's
Office, not the murder, but the investigation of it.
There you go.
Yeah, but they found a way to get Fanning. Some old fucking law. Now I'm still thinking RICO, in my opinion here. I don't know.
They're all acting in concert to get one outcome. Put it on the girl. Violation. Look what they did to Aiden. They took away his civil rights, bud.
Here it is.
They threw him in jail.
Wait, Toohey versus Reagan. Okay. So is it allowed or not allowed, Aussie? I guess bring it down for me. She's saying it's a Toohey versus Reagan, a tour report. Is a federal tour report allowed in the state court? Can they mention federal investigations? Can they mention, or is that up to a judge's discretion? That's what I'm wondering. Because if you don't allow that and it's allowed, so to speak. Okay.
That's right. That's fair. The FBI said keep it on the down low. Don't mention us.
Well,
they're both bad. One is
is
horrible. The other is just as bad, but he's a cop.
But don't you really want to know, if you're a juror, if the federal investigation is going on this? I mean, that'd make a big decision. Like, Colin, you'll call in front of a federal grand jury about your timeline. That's, to me, is Get it.
He's first up. He's first man up.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Okay, so the background. L2 is a federal president, habeas corpus position. Senate Department of Justice policy. Okay. Number two. Supreme Court ruled that a federal agency have the authority to set the internal procedures theoretically governing how employees respond to subpoenas.
Okay.
So they can use it.
Yeah. So
Fuck me, man. This is so fucked up. What a fucking can of fucking beans.
yep.
Tommy, this is fucked.
There's no other case like this, dude. And we're gonna be public. They're gonna redo it public.
All right, imagine if you like a movie producer and you're a screenwriter and you walked into an office to pitch this and walked them all through this stuff.
Yeah. It's too messed up. Mike, I've been through similar stuff like this. Like stuff we're supposed to have a meeting with this guy that runs the EPA. And
Yeah,
we're gonna blast him about this contamination that he knew that he didn't do anything about.
right,
You know why he didn't show up? Because he resigned that morning.
right.
And then the other guy that we're supposed to have another meeting up that took his place, we're bringing him up to speed about the contamination, and he got transferred.
Is that crazy? Right?
It's like it's government. It's just how the government works.
Oh my God. So today, the 21st, filing for defendants' motions to dismiss is due. Unless I have the wrong. I know they moved some dates around. So if anybody wants to correct me, they can. But I have it on mine as the 21st, being today that they get the file. That could be the motion to dismiss. Could be bomb.
Oh yeah. What's this?
What are the chances?
Nikki.
Yeah. Hi, Nikki. What's going on? We talk all the time. She's a good person, man.
Yep.
What are the chances that the actual motion to dismiss is uploaded on public? Yeah, it's the weekend, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
People are hitting the refresh on that screen right now.
Yeah. I just
stuff's gonna come
well,
out.
Now, does that
It has to, right?
Nikki, is that the clerk Jim that does that? Like the motion might be in the queue, and all he has to do is hit send. And does he not just do that on purpose to be a dick? I don't know. I just fucking today's motion will be huge. I mean, I can't imagine if you go back to the Ted Daniels interview.
That's that notice to appear.
Yeah.
That was motion 513.
That was the motion.
I don't have that one. I only got to like 502. 500.
The motion to dismiss is out of court. Yep. Filing of the defense.
510.
I don't know which one it is.
I have 510. I only go up to 510. 502 to 510. So that's after us.
Yeah, Dickie's saying she'll tell Jim to hold it back because you know what? We'll give all of us time to do our own
homework on it.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, Jim's a clown. He just sits there with his hand up like this, like he wants no part of looking at anybody. I don't know.
All right, so a couple things. Housekeeping stuff.
It was yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. But it was Gail. You're right on the money, girl. You got to read this. This is one of the most fucked up cases I've ever seen that involved the police. But go ahead.
So, listen, Deanne's is more than welcome to having us back.
Okay.
Sunday at noon. How's that? That work?
Did we have something to do at 10?
Yes. We can do it remotely, just like we are now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So
all right.
10 o'clock, we're going to be on LTL Sunday.
Right.
So everyone here knows, tune in Sunday. See me and Mike.
Hopefully we get the motion to dismiss to go over. And plus we can catch up on Enrique. So Enrique stuff has been leaking out. You know?
I have a whole bunch of stuff. I was going to do it today. The Enrique thing. I have the whole thing. I was going to talk about it all day, and all of a sudden we got this, and it's just amazing.
I think Enrique's is more important than Paul O'Keefe, but yeah. But it's all together. It's all the same people. And I read the bit that I sent to you in the Boston Globe. It's in your inbox. It's like a one-page snip, and they agree it was a supervised activity. He had broken teeth, broken neck, and some other thing in his head. So it's like it's not a common action. No. So that's in writing in the Boston Globe or the Herald, one of the two. All right. I mean, this is just
so pizza Sunday, 12 o'clock, Deanne's.
12 o'clock at Deanne's.
12 o'clock at the end. We have the back room again.
All right. If you guys don't know where that is, I'm sure Tom will send it out there.
I
No,
will
fuck
make,
that.
I'll make a post.
You get the mods, get it out there. You guys are still on strike, or what are we doing? All right, man.
They're
Well,
good.
What a day.
Yep.
right,
Imagine
so-
that, man.
So what
Now,
time is
now, we just totally blew off the guy, the juror, right?
Roddy?
We blow, not even talking about him, right?
Right. How can we?
It
Because
just
it's
that's so
It's bigger than him now. It's bigger than him now because you have people that were supposed to be watching him. You know, I wonder if did Ian ask if there was any interaction with Fanning at all with those jurors? Did they know who he was? Because I'm sure he wasn't wearing a badge. He was wearing probably a suit and just thought it was a court officer driving up front with him. They probably had no idea. You know.
also Jess. I'm pretty sure Jess has that standout.
Of course he
tomorrow.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be 60 something
66.
weekends, 60 something, a lot. It's almost
Yeah.
hitting 70. Amazing woman, amazing.
Yeah.
What else? What else? What else? Like, subscribe,
Please do, guys.
all that good
Please.
stuff.
I just want to say one thing about Canton. Susan Harrington on April 8th in Canton, please, for select board. She's good. If you
Mhm.
haven't seen who she is, I've been posting on my X just a picture of who she is. But the Young Jerks has got some clips of her speaking at the select board meeting, and she's right on top of how we think about the police storm. About
Like,
not
hey,
like this is like like good for her. She goes with the coals. The hot coals are sitting right now simmering, and she's going right after them.
Good.
All
Good.
right. So
think the town of Canton needs that. I think
yeah,
the
Susan. Yeah,
people there
Susan,
need that.
Susan Harrington. Please, if you're from Canton, take a look at her. If you're not registered to vote, right on her website, you can register to vote. There's a little couple pages in there you can look at. If not, the Young Jerks did a great job, and they cut some clips of her talking at the okay, and at the town hall. Meatball Morrissey's office standout Monday 3 to 5. Woo!
Here we go. Monday.
I wanted this. Hey, Scott, is there one at 12 o'clock today in front of the police station? It's Friday, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'll find out. That's usually for just to bring Canton together and stuff and talk about Susan Harrington. Because we all know that the epicenter was Canton fucking PD, dude.
Right. And they recuse themselves, but yet they're involved. They're
Right.
making friggin'
Appointments to do meetings.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Kevin Albert's good. He can use the Canton police office. You know,
Yep.
you can.
no.
It's all. This is so fucked up. There's like so many. There's
and
so
then,
many.
hey, listen,
ends. What?
You got Jen McCabe over Proctor's house. You have Kevin Albert drinking with Proctor.
Right. Get Jen McCabe driving around Paul O'Keefe's kids.
He's driving the vehicle. Hey, Paul, how's John's truck running?
Fucked up.
How's that red
yeah.
key for you?
Now we have the schematics for Paul O'Keefe fought the defense for actually using that driveway to find out the truth about his brother. He
I
fought
know.
them on that.
Why would you not want to know the truth?
Right. Because they did their own truth of Paul. What the fuck, man?
Yep, they can't go against it.
He's distracted. He's
But
distracted.
hey, listen, we got them on the record, Mike. We have them on the record.
I'm just
Yep.
fucking. It's just bothersome, man.
Oh, yeah. Yep, it is.
It's like bothersome. Like that. It leaked out that he was having a virtual. He got catfished or whatever you want to call it. I feel bad for his wife. That he has. I feel bad
Yeah.
that Paul has a habitual drinking problem that he needs to take care of first and foremost, because your health is your wealth. If you can't get your health right, you're not gonna be able to fix anybody. And broken people like to break people,
Not
right?
good.
Projecting your anger towards Turtle Boy. He could be your biggest advocate, dude, if you ever fucking wanted to find out the truth.
We also have Bruins tickets, by the way.
Oh shit.
We got tickets, so we got to do that.
Yeah,
We may have some merch with us when we go to pizza.
we should do the tickets on Sunday. Or you want to say I don't know when they're
We got to raise money for them.
I know. You can just call in.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Oh, what
Yeah.
time is she coming on? 10 or 11? 10?
10. So
All right.
everybody who's here,
All right.
please go visit our girl SD over there.
All right. So make sure you keep her on our fucking stream, though, please, guys. Bust their balls.
Give us some love over there. She's
And
she's doing fabulous.
yeah, and the lawyer you know, guys, has been really opening up some stuff with the federal stuff with his dad and stuff.
Yep.
Check him out, and obviously check out Aiden. Aiden, great job yesterday, bro.
Yeah, amazing job, dude.
Fucking great job, dude. Fucking awesome. I'm
Dude,
buying
he crashed his own website with the amount of data going to it.
I'm,
That's
I'm,
huge,
I'm,
man.
I'm buying my Julie Nagel shirt today.
I knew you would.
I got to.
You're a sucker for them shirts.
I know. I got so many t-shirts, dude. Oh, fuck me. All right, guys.
So,
you take it home from here.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. See you Sunday.
All right. Yeah, I'll see you Sunday, and I'll probably talk to you before that.
Yep.
And I hope the filings go in today. We all get to see them.
Oh my, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Hey, chat mods, you guys rock, dude, man. Rock. Hopefully we see some of you guys on Sunday.
Mods
Good night.
are awesome.
Good day.
All right, wow. Pretty awesome, guys. I'm not gonna say much about Auntie Bev or Morrissey because I think it's been said, but this has to stop. This actually has to stop. I mean, you're framing an innocent woman. It's gotta stop. You're not playing by the rules. So, with that said, you all now know what we know. Big, huge shout out to Aussie. Thank you for putting it together. And again, I don't think we would have been able to see some of that stuff because we're outside of the forest. So appreciative of that. The pizza address. We are going to Deanne's in Abington at the intersection of 123 and 58. There's a Dairy Queen right across the street. It's closed, but if you know what Dairy Queen is, you know what Deanne's is. When you go in the bar, go around the back, and we'll be in the back room. And me and Mike figure we'll do a show from there, and hopefully get some of you guys to come out and say hi and give away some merch. Maybe do trivia or something, figure something out. They got Keno, I don't know. But it was nice seeing the other people that came. They're invited again. Everybody's invited. You're all invited. So, pizza night in Plymouth too. Yep. So, you all are wonderful people. I love you all so much. 12 to 2. Hang out, have some pizza, have some lunch. Absolutely. All right. You all have a great day. Thank you for everything. Yeah, they do. They do. Soon. So, thank you, Peppa. Hope Brutus is okay. Good Brutus, good boy. There's a friend of mine who's watching from a long time ago. Rhonda. I want to say hi to her. Shout out to Rhonda. Thank you. We have a Seeking Justice Facebook page. We'll make a post on that. Please go like and subscribe to that Facebook page, and you'll get all the information we got. So, thank you all. He heard me. Oh, good. You good boy. Love dogs. All right, guys. You all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I love you all dearly, and hang in there, and we will definitely see you guys Sunday. Bye-bye.